To all the Talmidim, Shalom Uvracha. Firstly, I want really to thank Rav Ezra for doing this thing. I think it's very, very important, and big Yishar Koach. Rav Ezra asked me to speak about Simcha. The Torah says that Bnei Yisrael were punished Tachat asher lo avadeta et Hashem Elokecha besimcha ubetuv levav. You didn't work Hashem besimcha, and therefore you were punished. And we have to understand A, why is it so important to work Hashem besimcha, to be always besimcha, and B, what are the conditions? How do we get to this avodat Hashem of working Hashem besimcha? The Ramchal explain that if a man is not a simcha, the neshama of the man is not filling him up. He doesn't come to be spiritual. And when he is not spiritual, he is not close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore the simcha is causing closeness to Kadosh Baruch Hu. That's the reason why the Gemara says in Brachot that if you're not besimcha, your tefillah cannot be fulfilled. You can't work Hashem in tefillah without simcha. Because the whole idea of tefillah is coming close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu, and without simcha you cannot do it. That's the reason why the Rambam in Yesodei Torah says that Nevi'im were never getting Nevuah if they were not besimcha. Because without simcha you don't come to be close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. What I want to focus mainly is the question, how can we succeed being in simcha? It's not always easy. A man has ups and downs. What do we do in order to be there? David HaMelech says, Ul yishrei lev simcha. Simcha cannot be if you're not yashar lev. Yashar lev means honesty. Why? What's the connection between honesty and being besimcha? The Maharal explains that if a man wants to be besimcha, he has to be sure that everything that he has in the potential, he's using it. There is not any force in his potential that is not being worked as part of his avodat Hashem. A man that doesn't come to his full potential cannot be besimcha. Therefore, every man have to check to see what is the power, what are the gifts that Kadosh Baruch Hu gave him, and to be sure that he is using them. It can be even things that in the indirect looked as not connected straight to avodat Hashem. Man has to be sure to use everything to avodat Hashem in order that he really will come to be full potential. And when he is full potential, working at Kadosh Baruch Hu, with all the gifts that he has, all the things that he has, certainly tremendous limud Torah, and limud Torah that is right to him, in his one of Shivim Panim La Torah, Torah delay. If a man doesn't find his potential in Talmud Torah, he cannot be close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And then, when a man is close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu, then he comes to be besimcha shleima, and then he comes to be close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Therefore, honesty is so important. Because when a man is not honest, he always thinks, and Or Chaim HaKadosh speaks about it, he always thinks that, oh, if I would have that, I'd be happy. He always thinks that happiness is something that he's missing, that is outside himself. Says Or Chaim HaKadosh, the happiness is connected to you, not to anyone else. It's you have it. Only the question if you are using it. It's not an outside thing that will cause you to be happy. It's the inside. Are you using the gift of the Kadosh Baruch Hu? Are you using everything to avodat Hashem? Another thing that is very important, and Rav Kook in Olat Riyah speaks about it, is the understanding of doing what the Kadosh Baruch Hu wants. Asher etzoncha kirtzono. When you do what the Kadosh Baruch Hu wants, that's part of fulfilling your potential, and then you'll be close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And the last thing, Rav Dessler speaks about it a lot, part of the potential of every man is to give to others. When a man gives to others, a man comes to be using only his potential and using to be besimcha. And therefore, if to summarize, we are speaking about three things: using your potential, doing Kodesh Baruch Hu by learning Torah and other things, aser etzoncha etzono, and giving to others. And all of us will be zoche to come to that tremendous simcha, and especially now in Simcha of Purim, Simcha of Adar, and through that come mamish to be and to understand the tremendous simcha that there is in being Eved, Ana Avda de Kutchabrichu, and being close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu.